Hey guys, welcome to yet another episode of Overcoming. I'm Karen Asmiu. We are going over and beyond to the world of technology. I know. When you talk about technology, what comes to your mind is just coding, machines, robots, and all that. But what exactly is technology? This era with COVID-19, with this no meeting people. Maintaining social distance, washing hands and all that. Everybody have embarked back to technology where everything's back to technology. Say when you're shopping, you have to do it online. When you're browsing movies, everything's online. There's no going to cinema anymore. There's no going to the supermarkets anymore. Even food, there's no going to restaurants anymore. I mean, come on. Everything have gone back to technology. Everything's just online. There's even a community, the online community, where people meet, where people talk, even relationships. There's dating apps and all that. Now, there's a gap in the market, which one Phanuel Mutuma, whom we have today in the show, is going to talk about, saw the gap in the market, and he tried to embrace and fill this gap by creating apps to enable you go to these places without actually going physically to the locations. What Phanuel have done in his world of technology, he've come up with apps, applications that helps you shop, that help you date, creating dating. There's dating apps, apps to help you with linking customers to producers and so on and so forth. Let's us meet Phan. And guys, kindly remember to subscribe so that you can see all our videos. I believe they are very much entertaining and also educative. Kindly subscribe.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. It's an awesome day.
An awesome afternoon. Uko poa?
Niko poa tu kabisa. It's been a pleasure kuwa hapa.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Now technology.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about technology? What is this technology? What should come in someone's mind and say technology? Tell us in a layman's language.
Okay. I will say this. Well, everyone has a definition of technology. You ask someone in the village what is technology, and okay, they'll try to maybe describe it in a way that they understand it. But for me personally, I would say technology is these science and processes that makes our life easier,
Yes.
You look at everything that we have now, look at even this situation that we are in here.
Starting from moving.
From everything, videos and everything. You see, like back in the 90s or in the 80s, okay, they didn't have much advanced technologies like we do now. Well, when I look at us as this generation that we are in, I would say we are lucky because we are not left behind. We are still innovating and okay, for the better, for the future that is ahead of us.
There's so much you can learn.
Yeah,
There's so much you can embrace in technology world. At what point did you know you love technology? At what age? Okay, let's say at what level?
I would say high school, my first experience with a computer. Back in primary school, well, we didn't have, our deputy owned one and we couldn't even look at it or touch it. So I didn't get the chance to interact with it. So, but then in high school was the first time I sat on a computer. And when I looked at it, I felt I need to know this thing. I need to understand how it works. How can I go about creating things in it? And so it started there and all the way up to now. I have that passion to do more about it.
To do these machines.
Exactly.
Coding.
Yeah.
Did you start coding back in high school or when you joined campus?
Well, back in high school, all I did was projects and how you start and learn these things. But then when I went to campus, I had this crazy idea because when I was studying, I wanted to do something that will impact people in a way to make them feel like technology is playing a role in their lives too.
Yes.
So I wanted to create an app that will help people, let's say, you know, when the lecturer, let's say, is not coming or is coming,
Yes.
instead of every time the class rep has to text people and tell them either the class is bounced or not.
You did that
Well,
for your class?
Yeah, I did that for our class
And
and
you
it
shared with
worked.
the lecturers and...
Yeah, I did. It actually gained a name for me. So the reason actually why I kind of, let's say, like grew or shouted out is because of that app. Because I looked, okay, I wanted to do it, but at the same time, I was afraid to approach people. You know, I was a bit shy to approach people and tell them, you know, I have this app in mind and I want you to interact with it. But then I just gained courage. I pushed it forward,
Yes.
and it gained a name for me.
Your lecturer supported you in the idea, my friends. How are you able to finally push the project forward?
Well, I would say friends more, and also the fact that they wanted something or they looked at me like someone who like, okay, so you can do this. That is nice. So we want to push you forward. We want to see what more you can do. You also inspire us. You know, most of them actually, when I left school, they used to call me professor, mentor, you know, those kind of words. So I will say to them, I was somehow an inspiration, and they wanted to know what I did different, so that they can be okay.
Are they still using your app to date at school?
Well, I would say yes, at some point, and no, because when I left, I didn't put much emphasis to it. You know, other projects came in and I had to start working on them, and then okay, it didn't grow the way I wanted it to, but I achieved that I wanted to. So someone somewhere, I believe that will look at this project in a way and then continue pushing it forward.
Are you, as a person, have you specialized in maybe doing coding, or you also do websites and you create other things as well? What's your areas of specialization in technology? Or do we have specialization in technology where you can specialize in one area, not the other?
Personally, I do software engineering. That is all the coding, designing websites, apps, and all this. There's also networking. I'm not much of a networker. You see, there's cabling and Wi-Fi and everything. That's another section of the technology in computer. But personally, I'm more into software, creating, designing, all that.
Oh, let's talk the language, which people love to talk about money. After creating the app, do you like sell it, or do someone involve you in their project and you become like a partner? How are you going about it? You as fun. Yes.
Okay, so for one, I do have clients who want to make some apps, but later I will give it to them and then they'll pay me some cash, or we'll agree on the budget. Or it can be a partnership that maybe I create the app and then when we can divide the shares, or when the app has started selling, okay, I can have like a part in it. So, but mostly it's usually clients coming to me, and you know, you're like the go-to guy. Hey, who do you know can do for me this and this and this,
and I give you the app. Do you give them even copyright, or do you want them to say this app is created by maybe Fun?
Okay, that's the problem actually we face. We as IT people, you know, we have these ideas that we want to do, we have these skills that we have, but then we are not familiar much with the outside world about patenting and these copyrights. And the good thing is I've had enough exposure to know this. And well, I would say previously I didn't concentrate much on patenting. Actually, the first app I had, I didn't patent it. I just published it and let people know, okay, you have an app, and whether you know me, like the guy who designed it or not, I don't care. I just know that it's there. But then later I realized, okay, actually it's very important, because when you look at, okay, let's say for example YouTube, you can see people copyright a certain video and they earn from it, and that's your work.
Yes.
So, okay, at some point it starts paining you, and that's when you realize that these things are important.
Mine, and nobody's like recognizing me.
Exactly.
Ah. Now, when we talk again about monetization, is there a way, can you maybe briefly tell us how do people earn money from apps? Ama is just like you create an app, it gives people information. Do you get money out of it, out of the whole process of having an app?
Okay, once you've created
Now, the moment you've created an app, you as a person, you sell, say, to myself.
Yes.
How do I earn from the app? Is there a way I can earn from the app?
Yeah. Okay, so when you look into every app nowadays, every big app, look at YouTube, look at Google, look at every app, there's always ads. That's for one. So we have ads where people will look at maybe a product, and then when they click on it to get paid, because these advertisers have maybe paid a certain amount to have that ad run in your app through Google. But then we have a second option, which is now used by most people. It's a premium service. So when you're doing premium, it's either the premium service you pay a certain amount, like subscribing maybe per month or per year, and you don't get the ads, plus you get additional features. So the premium feature is the one we are currently using, and it's working well for most apps that I know.
And is it easy to access the money?
Well, for some applications, they are a bit expensive. You know, you can pay like 10,000 per month, some. Yeah, and others 5,000. But it depends with your taste, because they have like varying range. They can give you, let's say, $5, and you have the Pro Plus and the Premium Plus at 10K. So, yeah.
How many apps have you created so far?
Well, I would say professional, maybe 7. Others, 10 plus. Yeah, 10 plus. Because I'm not only in apps, you know, I also do websites, I also do maybe these other services that you can see. You see, like the one Safaricom uses, maybe you can dial *334 and access that. It's another kind of service. Yeah, that one. So I also do that. I do a lot of software. So basically, I'm not only into Android apps or mobile apps. I'm more into
You're
diverse into software. Yeah.
Do you think people are adopting to new technology as they should? Am they a bit slow to adopting the technology?
Well, if I would say, in my personal opinion, well, adopting technology is not an easy thing, because you have to let go that which you used previously. You know, people are attached to something they are used to, but then you bring something new, and if they don't trust it, that's a problem. Because, for example, take an example of M-Pesa.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't adopt it at once.
Yes.
Maybe when you look at the faces, it was gradual, and over time, people started trusting it, because trust is what makes people want to use your product. If I maybe you leak information that you shouldn't, because you're trusting my service, well, I'll be skeptical about using it. So that way I'll be...
You have to build trust over a long time.
Yeah. So adopting technology, adopting technology it's hard. I could say it's hard, because, okay, it's finally people will maybe adopt it, but it will take a while to do it.
Would you say people are scared? They are frightened of the technology. You know, I understand there was some time back people said like technology will take away their work, their labor.
So I do think that, because back at my grandmother's place, when I started doing more technology, you know, I used to spend a lot of time there, and she would come and tell me, okay, what are you doing here? Like, you spend all your time here, you're not afraid of, I don't know, things happening to you. And I don't, I don't know why she was frightened, but basically, you know, everyone hears like, okay, you know, technology will come and take away something from you, or it will come and destroy you, or something like that. Okay, maybe, in the past, you know, or it will depend on your mindset. Of course, in future, we know, well, there's a possibility that robots will come and take over, but as much as they do that, of course, we won't be left like behind doing nothing. because that
There
technology
ha-
depends
has to
on
be
us.
a human input
Yeah.
to go on.
Exactly, because technology, no matter how good it is, it will still depend on someone,
Yes,
on a
yes.
person to maybe operate it or
Put
maintain
in the
it.
codes,
Yeah,
things like that.
exactly. So I believe, yeah, maybe you should be a little, but at the same time,
You
you
shouldn't.
adopting it is kind of like the way to go because the
You
world
have
is
no way
doing
around
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, now as we wind up, maybe you're wondering, maybe you have an idea in mind. You have a problem that needs solving, and an app is what can solve that problem, and you want to reach out to Fun to help you come up with the app. Fun, can you maybe tell our viewers your handles, how they can reach you? Maybe send an email or your social media handles. However way it will be easier for them to reach you.
Okay, on Facebook, I go by Phanuel Mutuma. I guess Instagram, it's Phanuel_Mutuma. And LinkedIn mostly. I use LinkedIn and Twitter, so it's Phanuel Mutuma.
Both in LinkedIn?
Yeah, both in
And
LinkedIn
Twitter.
and Twitter.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's how you can reach Mutuma. And if you're wondering how technology can change the world, you can reach Mutuma and talk to him, engage him. I'm sure this good thing cooking, good things are cooking in technology world, because you see, like now with Corona, with COVID, there's no way around it, because when we stay at home, the have been closed. The only way to have your meal maybe is to order in, and you need an app to do that. So let's just embrace it and know that technology is the future. Do you think technology can change the world?
Technology is changing the world. So
It is changing
it
the
is
world.
changing the world, but it can't depend on its own. It requires us to be there. Depending on the change that it is doing, it has its pros and cons, but it's our go-to for the change that we need.
We can't avoid it.
We can't avoid it in any way.
Now, guys, that is it for us today. We are winding up. I hope you have subscribed to get all our videos, to learn, to get acquainted with this knowledge, and also to be entertained. Until next time, see ya.